Hey y'all, Chuck here. The kids, Ahong, Cake and Cream, and Pookie, Paige. By request from my subscribers and the kids, we are going to make a cake. A strawberry cake? Do you guys like strawberry? Strawberry? Strawberry. We're gonna make, it's like a Chinese cotton cake. I'm gonna show you guys how to make it. It's super easy. There is no rising agents in this cake other than eggs. So as far as a healthy cake can go, this would be it. But it's easy to make, and the kids are gonna make it for y'all today. And it's gonna be a zebra style cake. So anyway, it'll be a lot of fun and I'm sure messy. So, okay, all right, let's go. Okay, this is our ingredients for our cake. It's pretty simple. We need butter, and try to use good butter, salted butter, unsalted butter, whatever you want to use. But this is salted butter, some vanilla. This is our flavoring that we're going to use. This is a strawberry flavoring. And this is just a yellow food coloring and a red food coloring. A little bit of salt, some cake flour, sugar, 4 eggs, cream of tartar, and milk. I'm gonna put all the ingredients at the end of the video, but we're gonna show you guys how to make this easy, awesome, fluffy, moist, healthy cake, right? So, okay, let's get started. First thing I did was I heated up my milk, because what we're going to need to do is we're going to have to take 5 tablespoons of butter and put it in the milk, and we're going to have to let the butter melt. And we're going to use measurements in tablespoons for the kids, and it's pretty easy to do the tablespoons. So we need 5 tablespoons of butter melted in the warm glass of milk. So. What are you doing? Are you guys gonna eat a hairy cake? Okay. Okay. Okay, now I need to separate egg yolks. So I need to have a yolk and the egg here. I'm gonna show you guys how to do this real quick.
เสียวเลยมันจะเป็นคนเล่นไข่เอง
So it is very important in this recipe to, it's all about procedure on this type of cake. So you do not want to get any of the yellow yolk inside the egg whites. So this is, we're gonna need those egg whites to fluff up, and any bit of yolk inside those will make it difficult for it to get the thickness that we need. Very good, very good. One more. Thai eggs are very hard to crack. The shells are like rocks. Very good, very good. Very good. Okay, now we're going to take our egg whites and we are going to set them aside over here for later. And now we're going to mix some of our other ingredients. Kate, put the egg yolk inside here. Pour it inside the bowl, please. Very good. Okay, and take our milk and our melted butter and put it in here. Okay, and Ahong, I want you to mix it up since you're the good mixer. Okay, mix it up. Cha-cha, you're gonna make a mess. Okay. So right now I want to start putting in some of the other ingredients. Cake, I need you to put in 4 tablespoons of sugar. I'm gonna need 12 teaspoons of cake flour, okay, when she's done. Okay, is that some? Okay. Okay, very good. So cake flour itself, I know I had some people asking about rising ingredients in cake flour. Now cake flour is not self-rising flour. Cake flour is just a finer mix of flour. So you really, when you're making a cake, you want to have it nice and moist. Not like a bread. You want it to be really soft and moist. So we use cake flour. Now you can use all-purpose flour, which would be fine if you just sift it. Make sure there's no lumps in it. But it is a finer flour, and it actually has a little less gluten. Not much, but has less gluten in it. Okay, Cream, I want to put a little bit of salt inside here. Just a couple shakes of salt inside there. So we're just going to put a dash of salt. That's good, okay. About a little less than a quarter teaspoon of salt. Okay, now we've got it mixed up pretty good. So now, in this particular recipe, because it's going to be like a zebra cake, we're actually going to separate this and add different flavoring to the two separated. If you wanted to make just like a Penang cake and Thai it's cake by Day, then you would just add your seasonings to that right now, and then we would go on to the next step. So not to make things too complicated, let's start with the next step. So this is vanilla. So it's going to be a vanilla strawberry cake. So I'm going to use a yellow food coloring. So we're going to put that, and I want a half a teaspoon. Okay, okay. Half a teaspoon of that. And then I want to put 1 teaspoon of vanilla inside here. Okay, very good. And now I want to kind of lightly mix that in here. Okay, while she's doing that cake, I want some strawberry. I want a half a teaspoon of food coloring. And that's just red food coloring. Very good. Okay, now this is a strawberry flavoring. And we're going to put the strawberry in there. And I need 1 of these strawberry. I need 1 of those strawberry flavor in there. Okay, very good. That looks good. Ceylon. Now let's mix that up.
ยาเป็นแบบยาแก้อักเสบเนาะยาล้างแก้อักเสบจริงได้สวยมันเลื่อนเลยมันยาแก้อักเสบเลยนะพี่หง
So these are, I know, like they don't sell this particular brand in the States, but if you go to the baking section, you will see a lot. In your like vanilla extracts, you'll see extracts of all different kinds of flavoring. I wish here we had a better assortment, but we don't. So next time I go back, I'm going to get some. Okay, so that looks good. Okay, let's go to our next step, which is going to be preparing the cake pans for the oven. So what we're going to do is get parchment paper. You definitely want to use parchment paper on this moist cake so it doesn't stick to the pan. And I'll show you how to prepare that. To make the bottom, so just put the cake pan on top of the parchment paper and take a razor knife and cut around the paper. Okay, I think you need to turn, this is the sharp side right here, okay? And just set that on the bottom evenly, and then we're going to cut out our sides to put inside there. So I'm just going to cut a couple of pieces here. I'm going to do that, and then what I like to do also is I like to take some of the egg yolk that I have in here and kind of put it on here a little bit so it helps stick to the inside. So let me do that real quick. Okay, that's one. Now we got one more to do. Okay, very good, guys. Let's set the cake pans over here to the side. And let's start on our next next step. So cream, you're going to be in charge of mixing the egg whites. So what we'll need is this mixer. Whites in the pan. I need a half a teaspoon of cream of tartar. One. Yeah. Okay. And we're going to get those babies nice and a little bit fluffy. And we are going to slowly, and I say slowly, add 8 tablespoons of sugar. You do not want to do this process very fast. I've been pretty successful here at it because it's nice and warm in Thailand by just pouring it all in there, but I don't recommend doing it because if it gets flat, it's just about impossible for it to become fluffy again. So I want 8 tablespoons of sugar in there. Cha-cha, okay? So 1. And you want to make sure, and I didn't tell you at the beginning, but you want to make sure that your egg is warm. Not warm, but like room temperature warm. So if you keep your eggs inside the refrigerator, just warm up a cup of water. 8, that's 1, that's 2. Warm up a cup of water and then let your eggs sit in the warm cup of water for a few minutes while you're preparing everything else. But you want to make sure the eggs are room temperature so we can get it nice and fluffy. So let's turn up the speed a little bit. Okay, wait. Let's wait. Let her get more fluffy. Make sure it stays fluffy. Like I said, once it falls, it's hard to bring it back up again. So let's get this all mixed. Okay, it looks good. So we want to make sure it has nice, what they call peaks. So when you pick it up and you see that, that looks pretty good. Okay, very good. Okay, this next step for the zebra cake's a little tricky. Much easier if you're just making a one flavored cake, but we're going to be difficult today. So I need to separate these into these 2 bowls so we can start mixing the rest of our cake mix. So don't really know of an exact procedure. We'll just try to separate it and then put one there and then one there. That looks really good. Okay, so our next step is very important. Hold that. What we want to do is we want to make sure we get any lumps out of our mix that we poured in. So we're going to strain it through this strainer. Take that and get... No. Inside. So now you want to take your spatula and just kind of push it in to get it all out. And then we want to take it on the back side. Okay, this next procedure is important, just like the rest. What we're going to do is called fold. I want to fold. I don't want to... My D. We want to take it and we want to fold it, okay? Like that. It's nice and light. Cha-cha. Very good. Because I want it to stay fluffy. I want it to be dim. I want it to be full. I got Cake over there cleaning our strainer so we can do our next one. That looks very good. Good job. So it all needs to be silang. Okay, Cake. Very good. Let's add our strawberry. So, you know, I use the flavoring in here. If you try to use like a natural ingredients, it kind of changes the texture of everything. So all we really want is the, you know, we want the cake and we want to have the flavor of the strawberry and the vanilla. So, okay, let's get this all mixed. Okay, we have our two mixes mixed together. And what we're going to do is we're going to use a spoon and try to get this in here to where it looks like a zebra. Okay, come over here and hold the camera. And what we're going to do is I'm going to put the first one, strawberry, in just a little bit. And then... Oh, not good. And then you're going to take this and you're going to put a little bit in the middle. Okay. And then I'm going to take this one and I'm going to put it on top of that one. Okay. Go ahead. You do that next one. Put it on top of mine. Okay, very good. In the middle. No, just in the middle. Okay, very good. Okay, the kids got their designs all looking good. Looks great. So now the next step is very, very, very important, because if you don't do this step, your cake is going to be pretty, but it's going to be hard. So what you need to do is you need to get a pan of water, just about halfway full of water. And then we are going to set our cakes inside the water, just like that. So I've already preheated my oven to 100, and we're going to put it at about 120 degrees Celsius, and then we're going to set our cakes inside the oven. Okay, and then we're going to set them in there on a timer for 40 minutes, and that's it. Well, I heard a ding, so I think they're done. Let's get them out of the oven. So in these little so in these little pans, it's okay to take them out. But if you're making a bigger cake pan, let it sit in the oven and cool off before you take it out. I know it smells great and it's hard to do, but if you take it out too soon, it will crack on the top. But I've noticed on the smaller pans, it doesn't crack because it's not as full. So let's get them out of the oven. Well, let's let them cool off for just a moment. The kids are dying to get a bite. You want a piece, Almay? Ow. They're dying to get a piece of one, so maybe we cut one open. Cut one of these open and take a look at it and see. Cake, what are you doing? I don't think they can wait. So this is how not to cut up a cake. I put the other cake in the refrigerator and they're like little mice. Just, is it good? Tastes good? Tastes good, huh? That was easy to make, and I hope you guys learned something from that. You don't have to make this little zebra cake, but it's cool looking. Yeah, so anyway, it's nice and fluffy and tastes awesome, delicious. before I could get a chance to let the other one cool down, I turned around and that's what happened. Kids. Well, guys, did you have fun? Was that fun? Sanuk Mai? Okay. Well, I'm going to leave all the ingredients here at the end. I hope you guys enjoyed our little cooking with Thai kids adventure, and we're getting ready to go on a trip, so we won't be doing this little episode for another week or so. But anyway, continue watching our channel. We got a lot of exciting things happening. I probably got cake all over my face. But if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, hit like, and we will see you guys on the next video. Bye. Bye.